Those Whom the Cat Gods Love, D'Artagnan and Pastels, by Sarah Katz. I think twice in our whole lives as cat owners, though there is some doubt as to who owns whom. We went out of our way to get a cat. First, when we bought our first house. We finally could have pets. Before that we had a remote control Jeep we called Fido and took for walks. Freaked out the neighbors and I held out for a marmalade cat. We heard of a friend whose daughter, living in a college dorm, had unwittingly given refuge to a female marmalade. It's so rare, she assumed cat was male, in what the Victorians called an interesting condition. This girl cat, Tiffany, had delivered herself of 4 bouncing baby kittens, and the dorm didn't even allow pets, much less 5 cats in one room. So we went out and fell in love at first sight with this bouncy little ball of fat and fluffy orange fur whom they call Garfield, and we call Pixel. Problem was Pixel was still nursing, at 8 weeks, and eating no solid food. Also, he was very attached to his identical, somewhat thinner, twin whose original name I can't remember, but whom we named Randy. My husband, who had never had a cat in his life, told me, they'll need company while we're away at work. If we take the twins it will be better. So, we promised to pick them up when Pixie started eating solids and we went home. This is when the cat gods intervened. You see, cat gods are well cats. They hear your willingness to host one of their minions, and they see an opening. In the next week, my husband went for a drive and rescued a scrap of a black kitten, whom he named Petronius the Arbiter before we ever met him. Peter earned the nickname Cat from Hell on his own. Suddenly and through no fault of our own, we found ourselves with 3 alpha males. Pixie did start eating solid food, at 16 weeks. No, I'm not joking. For the longest time he'd run away if there were more than 3 pieces of dry food on his dish. I have no idea why. I think he thought they were preparing for revolution. We had to feed him 3 bits at a time. But he grew into a lovely and headstrong cat who spoke the closest to human I've ever heard, including starts of freaky internet talking cat videos. The other cats used to have him talk to us when there was a problem, like lack of food or water, earning him the family title of speaker to the humans. But the cat gods weren't done with us, oh, no. Over the next year we rescued a couple of twin orphans, DT and Zebby. And then it stopped raining kittens, or at least being at maximum capacity, though we lost Zebby a year and we were more careful about attracting the critters for about 12 years. At which point, I thought all our cats are going to get old. We should get a new kitten to cheer us up. My husband said if we got any more cats, we'd have to get a Cornish Rex. I think he thought this would stand in the way of the mad feline divinities. Lo and behold, there was a litter for sale half an hour from our house. We acquire Miranda with part of the advance for my first book. She rules the household with an iron paw. The problem is apparently we'd attracted the attention of the cat gods. The next year, when Pete died, through a combination of factors too weird to explain, we rescued Euclid Aka Pythagoras in the Mysteries, Aka, the world's most neurotic cat. A year after that we lost Randy, and 2 years later, D'Artagnan waltzed into our kitchen in the middle of a snowstorm. He was a little 8-week cat, all fluff and meows. We couldn't find anyone who admitted to knowing him, though we found out whose he was eventually. Yes, we did. They threw him out. During a snowstorm. What could we do? He's been with us ever since. And I thought that was it, even though we lost Pixie. Turned out I was wrong. You see, I thought it was perfectly safe to go mini-golfing on a warm summer night. Only, there was this incredibly fuzzy white and gray cat. Other than the patches being gray, he looks exactly like a Turkish van. Same personality, too starved and covered in grease and with a broken tail. He came to my younger son, and his name is Havelock Veterinary, Havy for short, or appropriately absurd. He was a great comfort to DT in her last year of life. She'd lost all her friends, and none of the 3 new cats were friendly, but Havelock liked to cuddle and groom her. And that's it, right? We're safe now, right? Only Robert says when he goes to med school he'll probably take D'Artagnan. And Marshall says if he gets into the college he wants to away from town he's taking Miranda. They're inseparable. And we're thinking, is the cat god's attention activated by our wanting cats, or by a cat family being a few cats below par? Maybe we should get a dog instead. Is there such a thing as a dog god? If you like this content and want to support this channel, the blog, and Sarah's continued writing, please like and subscribe. If you really enjoy the content, please come and join the fun at accordingtohoot.com.